On the last problem, you saw what was happening. It was just addition method. And really, when I do addition method, I'm really just changing the coefficients of each equation. So I could take this box of numbers, the original coefficient matrix, which is 10, 60, 7, and 34, and then right next to it, I put the right-hand side, 270 and 85, and do all my row reducing, which is what I was doing before, addition method, on those numbers and extract the answer at the end. Specifically, what I'm doing is I'm letting equation 1, just this box only retains the numbers because I've just worked with the numbers. And row 2 is the numbers of equation 2. So I'm not going to do a lot here because I don't like to do it. It's a bookkeeping thing. But if I do the same things I did for the last problem, and I just look at the coefficients here and the right-hand side, if I take 1/10 times row 1 and transform row 1, that tells me row 1's going to change, and I'm just going to multiply through by 1/10 on row 1. Row 2 is not going to change because this instruction only had me change row 1. The next instruction, I did 2 in a row just to keep the flow going. But the second instruction I got was take row 2 and subtract 7 times row 1, and that's my new row 2. So I did the -7 times row 1 and added it to row 2 in my head. I don't like doing that because I'm not good at that. I make mistakes. I did it here. I ended up with the correct answer, but I would say I got the same percentage as Shaq, a 50% shot at getting it right. Row 1 won't change. This is what I get for row 2, the new numbers. And what I did here, just to be specific, is I took -7 times row 1. So this was -7 times 6 plus 34. That was the old number there. That gave me the -8 here. -7 times 27 plus 85 gave me the -104 here. So what goes here? Here I put in the box what I got with the first transformation. This is 1/10 times row 1. This is this -7 business I got here. And then here they asked me to do let's see what I was here. So here, this was the second calculation I did, and that goes in the second box. The 1, the 6, the 27, the 0, the -8, and the -4. And then I would keep going, do exactly what they tell you. Take -1/8 R2 and then transform the R2. So what you would do is just keep going. So you take -1/8 times row 2. Eventually, you're going to get to this. I have a line here. When we handwrite, we use lines. And I keep that line just to remind me this is the right-hand side. You should be able to take a system of equations and put it into this format and then peel it back as well. So this is the first column stands for the x1's coefficients, and the second column stands for the x2 coefficients. So I get x1, 1 times x1 is x1, plus 0 times x2 is -51, or 0 times x1 plus 1 times x2 is equal to 13. Or, in other words, x1 minus 51 is -51 and x2 is 13. Quickly here, I'm going to show you how to do this on Mathematica, because this is something that I did not have this as a student, but if I had it as a student, Mathematica, to do this, I would have liked linear algebra a lot more. So let's put this on Mathematica. And if you're shutting me off and you don't want to know how to do this, that's not going to help you. So we don't have time in class to always mess with this. Here's my stuff. My A that I'm going to insert, see, A is equal to, and I'm going to insert a matrix, new, and it's going to be 2 rows and 3 columns. The augmented matrix is 2 rows and 3 columns. And I'm just going to pop in here the 10, the 60, the 270, the 7, the 34, and the 85, and then close the brackets, Shift Enter, and row reduce is the command. 2 capital R's, A, Shift Enter, and then display that as a matrix. And you see I get exactly the row reduced matrix that I did I didn't finish it by hand because I was lazy. I just don't want to do it anymore. But here I get x1 is equal to minus 51 and x2 is 13. So it's not always going to work out like this. This is a nice clean answer. We're going to explore some other possibilities, but it's really neat that you can just put them in the box, stick them in Mathematica, and it will row reduce for you to find the solution, to find a completely row reduced case.